Okay, so as you can see, I adjusted my handy dandy cutting mat, just so we have some context and perspective, and keeping everything as open as possible for whatever that means. Oh no! Thankfully that missile wasn't live. Yeah, take care of that later. So, yeah, now it's time for an adjustment on the base. I thought this would be the easiest part. I know when I tried to do this similarly with the larger one of the sections of the G.I. Joe headquarters, it did not work out the way I planned. I just couldn't get it leveled, no matter how simple that it seemed in theory. So, and eventually I'm going to go back to that, and I'll try to make a video of that too. But go ahead. Again, you can see, and again, I moved the mat because as I was heating it up earlier, the other pieces, the heat is so powerful. If you haven't used a heat gun before, I mean, it does what it says on the box, you know. So what it did was made my mat start kind of, you know, rising up, kind of bubbling up on me. So I wanted to, that mat was not cheap, so I wanted to preserve it. Anyway, here we go. I'm going to start really with the section that's most bent. As you can see, a little more to here. You can kind of get a sense of, if I hold that, it's kind of, it's sticking upward. And that's where, so the unlevel portion is not, it's kind of, well, yeah, this is the edge that's the problem. I mean, if I do that, then you'd have to say, okay, heat it up and put it down there. Either way, I'll let a physics teacher, professor, whoever, explain to me the dynamics there. What I'm going to do is go with my instincts and know where I see that it is bent here, and that's where I'm going to focus the heat. I'm actually going to turn it up a little to the next speed, because this is a more substantial piece of plastic. I have faith in it. And what I'm going to do, still keep a distance, however. And I have to, literally, man, my fingers would be on fire. So when I feel like it's heating up rather nicely, turn it off, set it down, and I'm gonna hold it down for a minute or two. Even though it's hot. I don't want to have to try. I don't want to bend it too much with my fingers. I kind of want to let, for lack of a better term, gravity do its thing and force. So if I push it down while it's melty, not melty, but you know, warm, hopefully it will. You know, if I keep pressure on it, it will level it out. And it's actually a little better. Maybe I bend it, maybe I will bend it just a little, like so. You can see, just bend it up a little and press it back down like so. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those projects that, you know, it's not going to happen in one try. I'm going to have to keep working on that. Still on this end here. Apologies for camera angles. I'm trying to get the best I can. I am new at this YouTube thing. Look at that. While we're doing this anyway, 1985, Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Oh boy. Oh, that's not good. Okay. So it started bending up in a way I did not expect. Ooh. And that's what happens when you're not paying attention. I'm not worried. However, I'm going to put it back in shape. Now, I too am a person who values toys, especially those that belong to me as a kid. Again, I did not have this as a kid. So but they are toys, and it is mine. So as blasphemous as this may have seemed with it getting a bit melty and a little too warm, when you saw that, trust me, not my intention, and trust me, it's mine, I bought it, don't cry about it. Because if there's one thing I've learned, most times things are not so broke that they cannot be adjusted or fixed in some way. I've learned that about a lot of stuff, but that's a video for another day. Anyway, interesting thing is that it's much more level, and you can see it's less, I hope that you can see it's less slanted there, but again, I just want to give it enough pressure so that I reverse the nature of the slant. And I might play with it a little more, but in all actuality, that may very well be good enough for me. Again, I don't want to, spend so much time doing this because I don't want to continuously, potentially, break down the integrity of the entire piece. You saw what just happened. This edge started coming up too much. I overestimated how much heat was applied. Anyway, there's the gist of it. If I play with it a little more, I will do that off camera. But I'm actually pretty happy about that. It's much more level than it was, and it's not kind of wonky. So, yeah.